Hey, this is Artie Astor from B Sharp and C. So I want to go ahead and do a reaction video to a band called Dirty Honey. Now, I did a deep search and I was trying to find, and they've been around for about 7 years or so. In fact, let me see if I can pull up their Wikipedia page. Hold on a second. Um, they've been around for 9 years. Dirty Honey is an American rock band from Los Angeles, formed in 2017. Um, and it talks about, like after moving to Los Angeles in an attempt to duplicate the success of Guns N' Roses, guitarist John Notto met vocalist Mark LaBelle while he was performing various gigs with his group Ground Zero. And then they ended up getting a new bassist and a new drummer. And then they went from the name The Shags. Thank God they changed that to Dirty Honey. Um, when they heard that Robert Plant had a band called the Honey Drippers at one point, and they said that sounds like a dirty rock and roll band, and then Dirty Honey is what they came up with. Um, Now I had listened to a few of their songs already, and I'll be honest with you, it's the songs that I've listened to. So I listened to Rolling Sevens, and I listened to another song of theirs. Let me see if I can find it here. Give me 1 second. I'm slow. When I'm Gone. So I've listened to When I'm Gone and Rolling Sevens already. And I will be honest, rock bands that have and I'll use Greta Van Fleet as an example. Greta Van Fleet sounds so much like Led Zeppelin. It's hard for me to it's hard for me to look at them as a band that isn't trying to be like Led Zeppelin. And there's so much like Led Zeppelin, even the way the guitarist stands when he plays guitars is almost exactly the way Jimmy Page would perform when he played the guitar on stage. So when I watch Greta Van Fleet perform live, when I hear their music, although I think they're fantastic musicians and they have some great songs, excuse me, I can't separate them from the fact that they sound so much like Led Zeppelin. So what I want to do is come right out and say that I don't think Dirty Honey is a copy of anything. They don't sound like Guns N' Roses, even though their Wikipedia page says the guy went out to, try to replicate the success of Guns N' Roses. They don't sound like Guns N' Roses, in my opinion. They sound like a mix of absolutely everything, from Billy Squier to AC/DC. I don't even hear Guns N' Roses that much in their music. You can't believe everything Wikipedia says, but I think these guys have their own sound, and it's an amalgam of a lot of rock, but it's them. It's their own sound. And not that I'm knocking on Greta Van Fleet, but I haven't really listened to Greta Van Fleet and said, wow, this is their own sound. I listen to Greta Van Fleet and I think, wow, this is a band trying to sound exactly like Led Zeppelin. Criticize me if you want. That's just what I think. I do like originality. And it's difficult with rock and roll because some of it, and it's the same thing with blues, right? Sometimes a blues song comes on, and because the structure of the song is very similar to other blues songs, I might be like, is this Buddy Guy or is this BB King, or is this Luther Allison? It takes me a few seconds to distinguish who's who. I have to listen to their singing voice almost, or their guitar style. If like Robert Cray, for instance, is a blues guy who I think is super unique. His voice is unique, and his guitar tone is unique. I swear, he plugs right into an amplifier and uses like zero effects. So his guitar tone is like as about as raw as a guitar tone can get. So, but with blues and with rock, because the structure of a lot of the music is similar, it is sometimes a challenge to kind of stand out and make a mark as a unique musician. So let's go right ahead and listen to this song, Fire Away, live from Capitol Records Studio A. So it's a live studio song. It's the song Fire Away by Dirty Money, Dirty Money, by Dirty Honey. And this is my first time hearing the song. And see if you, I know that the song I listened to When I'm Gone reminded me a lot of some B-side Billy Squire hits, you know. Oh, by the way, there'll be something popping up right about here, and that is my new single. So give it a listen if you want. And let's listen to the song Fire Away. This sounds like the Arctic Monkeys. A lot. Nice. Nice effects on the vocals. Oh, this is good, man. That sounds like the Arctic Monkeys, that riff. Nice. The hands that you shake can never create the wings that you need when you want to fly. What you wanted to see has left you deceived as you stand on the edge to take your flight. When you start, I love this part. Pre-chorus. Man, this is good. Here's the bridge. Oh! Nice. Nice. Great solo. Following the chord changes. You start all over. No one feels the way we used to feel. Oh, I like that. His voice is phenomenal. Excuse me. Dude, his voice is perfect. Man, they went out for 9 years, and I'm just discovering them now. This is phenomenal. That was a fantastic, fantastic song. Yeah, so this song here, When I'm Gone, the official music video, I think this is the one. I know my internet's slow, find out why. Just play this stupid video. Hear this? That has a Billy Squier feel to it. Billy Squier has that heavy, he used a Telecaster, and he just, the way he played power chords with that Telecaster was just so good. And I know this guy uses a Gibson. Well, it looked like a Gibson anyways at first glance. So the song we just listened to, Fire Away, I thought was phenomenally done. It's not only was it phenomenally engineered and produced and performed and everything, and it's just a good song, but like the way the song's constructed, it's verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, guitar solo, and then pre-chorus, chorus. Um, and the way I think that's how it was, if I remember correctly. And sorry, I got a bug in my throat. Not a real bug, just I got something going on in there. It's the morning, so whatever. I thought this was very unique. And what's interesting is this is the third song I've heard from them now. This was a cold reaction listening to Fire Away. I have not listened to that before. And I listened to Rolling Sevens and When I'm Gone before I recorded this video. And Rolling Sevens, by the way, is also it got a very strong bluesy feel to it, you know. Um, and what I think is interesting is Fire Away. It didn't. I mean, the beginning. Remember how in the beginning I said it sounded like Arctic Monkeys? It did have that feel to it, you know. Um, but then it changed, and like the song, and because we have a pre-chorus and a chorus too, and then the guitar playing changed during the pre-chorus. It it just, I don't know. To me, the change was big, but it wasn't too big, and it was enough to kind of make you go along with the song, to kind of turn pages, just like you're reading a book, you know. And then the guitar solo was nice, and you know, if you listen to that guitar solo again, it's not super complex. It's not, and on all the songs I've heard from this band so far, the guitarist doesn't seem like a shredder, but he seems like he's following I mean, I know he's following the chord changes. And when you follow the chord changes on a guitar solo that's slower and melodic, um, the level of emotion and the emotional effect that it has on the listener tends to be higher. And I'm not saying that, shredders are bad, but I mean, I'll give you an example. Like, there are some Guns N' Roses songs, and I won't even say Guns N' Roses songs because Slash writes great solos, and he really just kills it in the studio. When he's on stage performing live, he gets carried up in the moment and he throws all caution to the wind and plays. And after a while, he's just going absolutely nuts. And it's not necessarily following the chord changes. So you're just looking at him play and you're thinking, wow, that's absolutely amazing. And there's something to be said for that too, because the guy's just expressing himself. He's loving every minute of it. And he's kind of a shredder. So he's all over the place and playing amazingly. But you focused on what he's doing. Like, wow, that's fast. Wow, that's amazing. Whereas a guitar solo that's slower and that kind of makes an effort to follow the chord changes and to go in and out of chord tones. There's a level of there's an emotional connection the listener gets to the guitar solo that's different from when someone's on stage shredding, you know. And there's good on both sides, you know. I like this type of guitar playing here. Maybe that's because that's the type of guitar player I am. I can't shred, and I couldn't shred if you paid me $1 million. I would literally just be breaking strings and the guitar would catch fire because I just can't do it. My hands don't move like that. But I thought this was great. And I love the fact that they've been out for like 9 years and I'm just discovering them now. It's difficult. So much has been done with music over the past, I mean, 60 to 70 years. So much has been done, and we have so many recordings. It's tough to come out as a rock artist and say, I'm going to wow you with my rock music when rock had its heyday decades ago. It's difficult to sound different. It just is. And it's the same thing with all genres. Take rap. You listen to a hip hop song, you know, how different is one hip hop song from the other? Of course, I miss the 90s when they used a lot of synthesizer and like the Moog keyboard and stuff. I really do miss that. But that's just me. I wish that they would bring that back in. But maybe they will. Who knows? But I don't know. Now I'm just starting to ramble, so I'm just going to stop talking. Let me know in the comments section what you think about this song, what you think about this band. If you know of a rock band that is new, not metal, but rock and roll, just pure rock and roll. If you know of a rock band that you think that maybe would be good to feature on the show, please put it in the comment section below. And that's all I got to say. This is Artie Aster from B Sharp and C.